A very good morning. This presentation is brought to you by Resonate International with a mission to leverage knowledge worldwide. The topic being covered is when awakening awakens. Ladies and gentlemen, there are moments in human life when something within becomes quietly clearer. A thought acquires depth. An emotion finds understanding. A familiar experience reveals a new meaning, and the same life begins to appear through a different inner light. Nothing outside may have changed, yet something deep within appears to have shifted profoundly. This is where awakening begins, as awareness starts illuminating the self. Awakening is at its heart knowing the self more deeply, its design, its energy architecture, its capacity to sense, learn, feel, imagine, choose and evolve, and the inner spark of intelligence carried within every human soul. Modern science explores this through the brain, nervous system, cognition and behavior. Ancient wisdom explores it through consciousness, inner purity and self-realization. Together, these perspectives open a profound understanding. As the self becomes more clearly understood, life begins to reveal greater meaning. The human energy system makes this journey especially fascinating. Physical, mental, emotional, spiritual and aspirational energies continuously influence the brain and the quality of consciousness. As awareness becomes steady, these five inner dynamos can move towards greater coherence. Practice strengthens that coherence. As energy becomes increasingly synchronized, the brain receives a more integrated flow of information and experience. Contemporary neuroscience associates deeper awareness with inner regulation, with measurable shifts in attention, emotional regulation, cognitive flexibility, and patterns of brain functioning. Ancient wisdom gives this inner refinement another language: purity of intention, clarity of thought, disciplined action, and the awakening of consciousness. Then comes a significant threshold. The inner spark, continuously present, begins to receive the coherence required to illuminate more of the inner landscape. It is as though an inner sun begins to rise. Its radiance is experienced as expanded awareness, awareness of thought with clarity, awareness of emotion with compassion, awareness of choice with responsibility, and awareness of interconnectedness with humility. The awakening, therefore, becomes more than a new understanding. It becomes the awakening of the capacity to see life through awakened understanding. This expanded awareness gradually reveals something larger. Every human soul carries a distinctive design, a distinctive energy architecture, and an inner spark of intelligence, while simultaneously participating in an immense web of interconnectedness and interdependence. Human life unfolds on a rare and richly endowed planet within a solar system that continually supplies energy, and within a vastly larger cosmic energy system whose complete dimensions remain beyond human comprehension. Yet its presence can feel immediately close experientially through wonder, trust, faith, love, and communion. The individual journey begins to feel connected with a greater order. From here, awakening becomes a living movement. Awareness brings self-understanding. Self-understanding encourages coherence. Coherence makes alignment possible. Alignment opens attunement with the cosmic energy field. Attunement deepens into communion. Communion becomes resonance, a state in which inner energies, values, relationships, and purpose begin to vibrate with greater harmony. In that resonance, companionship acquires a deeper meaning. Devotion becomes an expression of trust. Faith becomes an inner steadiness. The five inner energy dynamos discover their larger purpose. Physical energy supports presence, mental energy supports clarity, emotional energy opens compassion, spiritual energy deepens connection, and aspirational energy gives direction to growth. The brain, powered by this increasingly coherent inner energy grid, becomes an increasingly refined center through which awareness can express itself. Awakening then begins to shape the quality of life. Wisdom brings clarity. Compassion brings connectedness. Courage gives clarity, the strength to become action. Dharma gives that action direction. Purity within becomes the foundation because the quality of intention influences the quality of thought. Thoughts influence actions. Actions shape character, and character gradually gives form to the quality of life. What's the way forward? The way forward rests in conscious cultivation of self, becoming increasingly aware of the energy moving through the human system, strengthening coherence among its dimensions, refining intention, allowing the brain and consciousness to benefit from that coherence, and remaining receptive to the larger field of creation through trust, faith, and communion. Gradually, awakening becomes a quality through which life is experienced, understood, and expressed. In conclusion, ladies and gentlemen, for this inner journey, the timeless wisdom of Lord Krishna carries a profound assurance in the revered Bhagavad Gita. The one whose faith is deep and who has practiced controlling mind and senses attains divine knowledge. Through such transcendental knowledge, everlasting supreme peace is quietly achieved. These words bring the understanding into a beautiful culmination. Faith opens the inner door. Awareness illuminates it. Knowledge deepens understanding. Harmonized energies give that understanding strength and direction. And from this awakened understanding emerges a deeper peace, the quiet radiance of a soul increasingly aligned with its inner truth and connected with the larger intelligence of creation. Awakening then becomes the beautiful moment when the light already carried within becomes conscious of its own radiance. And perhaps the deepest discovery is this: awakening illuminates the self and transforms the way the self relates to everything around it. Preciousness becomes visible in every soul. Interconnectedness becomes recognizable in every relationship. Purpose becomes clearer within meaningful action. The larger intelligence of creation begins to be sensed as a presence within the journey. And at this point, the deepest realization begins to emerge. When awareness awakens, the self awakens. When the self awakens, consciousness awakens. When consciousness awakens, the inner sun begins to radiate. And when that radiance begins to guide thought, feeling, action and purpose, awakening itself awakens. Good luck, best wishes, and God bless.